Why do I talk to myself all the time? It keeps me up at night, thoughts running wild while lying in bed just staring at the ceiling. Negative thoughts like, what is wrong with me? I also have random thoughts that have no business existing in that moment. The other night, I found myself thinking about silly putty. As a kid, I used to copy newspaper cartoons onto silly putty, which was fun as a kid, not gonna lie. But why am I thinking about this decades later while trying to go to sleep? The mind is mysterious. It's even working while sleeping, dreaming about things that are hard to explain, like hanging out with people you haven't seen in many years or not being able to get dressed for the day. I hate that one. It seems so real. And our thoughts can be toxic and we don't even realize it. They just exist as our default. Unfortunately, the thoughts we have can contribute to mental health problems. I was looking at some statistics of the National Institute of Mental Health. They estimated that more than 1 in 5 US adults, 57.8 million people, live with a mental illness. And the CDC says that about 1 in 25 US adults live with a serious mental illness, like schizophrenia, or major depression, or bipolar. Sorry if you suffer from one of those. These statistics are hard to believe, and it seems to be getting worse. A lot can contribute to these problems, but it's pretty obvious that whatever is going on in our head plays a huge role in our well being. And I've seen there's a lot of self improvement videos out there about improving your mental well being. I've watched a lot. Maybe you've seen them. Have you ever honestly tried to analyze your thoughts? It can be like trying to untangle a bunch of Christmas lights, which can be quite frustrating. A couple years ago, I left my Christmas lights up all year long because I despise trying to deal with them. You finally get one strand untangled, and you see that one stupid light bulb ruining half the string. Crazy enough, that is not too far off from how a negative thought can have a cascading effect and influence aspects of your life. Thankfully, we can do something about it. We can untangle the mess. But I think many of the self-help videos fall short in some areas, aren't totally honest. They make it sound so easy, and it's not realistic. I wanted to show some information that works for me. While most advice says to visualize what you want to be and throw it up on a mirror and work to be that, the better first step is taking stock of what is actually happening in your mind first. Then you can get to work on reprogramming it. And there are tremendous benefits not caring about what people think of you anymore. That would be amazing, right? Or how about having confidence instead of being shy? How about freedom from something you didn't even know is holding you down? This knowledge has potential to do that. But it's good to be skeptical. You got to see the rest of this and make up your own mind. So to start, you need a baseline of your mental chatter. Take whatever time you need, a few days, weeks, write down your dreams. Jot down your thoughts after conversations at the end of the day. Try to get outside your mind and figure out the default thoughts that you have. After a conversation, did you mentally call yourself an idiot? How about, I'm stupid, I suck. That was really dumb, you moron. These things can control you without you knowing it. It's like you have a grumpy, invisible critic constantly yelling terrible advice to you, so often that you believe it. Let's talk to this critic. Throw him up on the stand, or maybe it's time to have a good old-fashioned shootout. It can seem so weird focusing on yourself and also writing things down, but go for it. I never thought writing things down would be beneficial, but I discovered that it's a life hack. Try it. It's eye-opening. Here's a question. Do you beat yourself up after things that you have no control over? That would be a major clue that you need to do this. And here's one. If you're honest, do you even like yourself? The thing is, we're all stuck with what we've been given, the brain, body, soul, personality that we received from day one. You didn't exactly RSVP for this life. You just opened your eyes and bam, here you are. It's pretty wild to think about. It feels so random. Out of about 8 billion people on this planet and thousands of years of human history, you are who you are because of absolutely nothing you did. Your parents had some say in it, obviously. Some people are born into riches, health, prosperity, and opportunity. Others not so much, born into suffering, helplessness, facing really tough situations, victims of unbelievable evil. And then there's everything in between. It seems like life is one big game of roulette. And no one knows your story, how hard you've had it, or what you've been through and experienced. You might have serious problems, and this is not meant to minimize or disregard your situation at all. This is just a bit of practical wisdom. that is available that you can choose to use or not. Absolutely no strings attached. I explain more in my low cost ebook. The link is in the description. Just kidding, no ebook. This is just my experience and things I've learned because I'm not only the negative self talk president, I'm also a client. So let's get down to it. And here's the truth that maybe you need to hear. No matter where you find yourself in this life, you are the only one that can do anything about it. We're all on a solo adventure. Maybe you've got a fan club of family and friends who cheer you on, or maybe you're the anchor for someone else. That's a win, that's a blessing. But you've got your brain sitting on your shoulders, playing a constant loop of self-doubt's greatest hits. So if you want to make changes in your life, you alone have to decide to do it. But changing course won't feel good initially. The brain hates it. You will hate it. It will be a drag for a while every day. And there are going to be distractions and lots of people and things that can make us stumble. Just because you want to improve yourself doesn't mean others want the same thing. Many of the battles you will be against things that you're familiar with, comfortable with, things that you enjoy. But in reality, they are things that are controlling your life. They're monsters controlling your life. Here are a few. Your phone. This will easily be one of the hardest battles you face. Just be honest. It's a problem and you know it. You are currently trying to downplay it in your mind. Phone addiction is controlling your life. Those phones track how long you use it. Check it out. It's a problem, you need to face it. Social media, a nasty dragon beast. The constant exposure to other people putting on a show, or maybe it's you putting on a show. Maybe you're living a fake life trying to be something that you want others to think you are for validation. All the images of perfection can lead to negative self-talk as we compare ourselves to others. Lying in bed at night, mindlessly strolling for hours, it's like a drug. You need to stop it. Marketing and advertising is everywhere, and it's skilled at exploiting insecurities, easily getting inside the mind, adding a whisper to our thoughts. It's estimated that each one of us could see over 100,000 ads a year on various devices, and that's probably underestimating. They are everywhere. It doesn't seem like it, but we're being programmed little by little. Influencers, celebrities, sports, athletes play into it. They wield significant power over people and self-perception. We crave to be part of something. I mean, look at an NFL stadium every Sunday. We literally cover ourselves to express our fanhood. Supporting your team is awesome, unless you're a Chiefs fan. But it demonstrates the power these things have. Politics. Do I even need to say anything here? I mean, seriously. Obviously, this is a lightning bolt topic with crazy amounts of energy everywhere you look. It's only getting worse. Politics consume people on both sides. It stirs up emotions, makes you think negatively towards others, contributes to poor mental health. We see people as Democrats or Republicans instead of our neighbors. And why is that? Family, friends, gyms, and fitness culture, magazines at the checkout, radio, TV, news, social issues, all trying to get in your head. And many of that unfiltered access for so long. This next one might hurt, but you might find that your friends are keeping you down. They might not understand what you're doing. You may lose friends in this if you're all in. And many of these things are inherently bad, but they have extreme power to influence you. And they can contribute to your negative thoughts. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's shocking. So that all sounds fun, right? You still want to do this? I said that it would be difficult. That is the reason why it's important to know your why. Why are you going to do this? Write it down. Be specific. Maybe it's your last chance. I want to do something special with my life. I'm changing the course of my family. When it gets hard and motivation is gone, your why will be your last line of defense. Your why with discipline is what separates people into success or failure. It's a fork in the road. It will hold you up when chaos comes, and you know it's coming. Just like Coach Brian, you ain't hard to find. Chaos will find you. Will you endure it? Your wife stands firm in the chaos and says, the choice has already been made. I'm going to keep going. Know your why, commit to it, be disciplined. Vow to defend it with everything you have. So you aren't scared off yet. So how do we reprogram our thoughts? Obviously, it requires hard work, and to make some changes, it's going to take some time. You will be building off the previous work that you did in analyzing your thoughts, your mental chatter. The first step is to prepare your life. I like to think of it like you're putting on a war paint. That's kind of bad because it's not what you think, You get quiet in your life. Not disappear to a cabin in Idaho for 6 months. You get quiet. This means you get control of your tongue. You put your tongue on a timeout. Stop blabbing about your life to anyone who will listen. Every time you spill your secrets, you're just hunting for easy dopamine. It's a total progress killer. And you have to think before you speak. And if it's about your goals, your ideas, or your epic changes that you're working on, just shut it down. Friends, coworkers, family, give your vocal cords a break. Of course, there are exceptions. Don't shut out your life partner. He's written for you. They are hugely important as long as they want the best for you. If you have this, it's a blessing. And it's not a free pass to ignore your responsibilities. If you've got kids, continue to be a rock star parent. And by the way, this whole process will actually level up your parenting. Soon enough, you'll be the wise master, teaching the art of the silent hustle, and that's pretty darn awesome. All right, the next one will be an epic battle, and it's probably the main event, and extremely difficult, and you're not going to want to get it up. But it's time to face the hard truth. You know what it is. Admit that phone addiction is sucking the life out of you. Your phone has direct access to your mind, and it's controlling you. It's programming you. It's being pumped directly into your mind for hours every day. This will take time, and it will be different for everyone. Take steps to gain freedom from it. Things like don't bring it to bed. Your phone doesn't need to be your snuggly buddy. Put it in a different room. Here's a wild idea. Take days off, crazy as that sounds. Don't make it the first thing you grab after your morning tinkle. On that note, your phone doesn't need to be in front row for your bathroom time. Just leave it somewhere else during your time on phone. There are a bunch of practical ways to reduce phone addiction. Work hard to kill this beast and get freedom from it. It's an epic feeling once you get it under control. Next mission is destroy that part of you that craves validation from others. You want people to like you. It's been a lifelong shackle dragging you down. The truth is, nobody cares. Seriously, no one is giving you a second thought. But you think they are. They aren't. Silencing this pesky voice in your head is crucial. And it might sound a bit selfish at first, but the way you do it is replace it with what you think of yourself. And I know it sounds easier than said than done, but this works, I promise. Write down your thoughts about craving validation. Nobody likes me. I look stupid. Identify these thoughts. And like tackling weeds in your yard, you can't just identify them. You have to do the work and pull the weeds out. In this case, swap out the negatives for positives on paper. Nobody likes me turns into I like me. I look stupid. I am too comfortable with how I look. I can't do this. Turns to I can do it. You're an idiot becomes I like who I am. And we practice saying these things. Make a habit of reading these statements out loud every day. Maybe do it while eating breakfast every day or in the car on the way to work. I've memorized some and said them while showering every day. Whatever works for you, but find time. Now we go back to the writing we did earlier, where we took stock of the mental chatter. Read through what you wrote. Often when you come back a second time and read what you wrote, you'll have a different perspective on it. And that's why we want to come back after our initial writing, after some of the work is completing. We want to see these default statements in a different light, a different perspective. You aren't at that place anymore, and it can be eye-opening. But again, we want to replace the negative thoughts with positives and add them to our consistent time to read them every day. Commit to do this basic thing, and over time, you'll change your default thoughts, and you'll naturally change to default positive. I didn't believe this when I first started. I thought it was ridiculous, like Stuart Smalley on SNL. I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. I thought it was a joke, but I was wrong. You can change your thoughts, it's been proven. Have you ever talked to someone that's done this for a while with success? It's not, look it up online, there are stories. It's astounding the freedom that comes with this, and here's the kicker. People are drawn to positive people, like a moth to a flame. You might end up making more friends in the long run. It's really weird how that works. Next is to keep your plans to yourself. There's a high risk of failure when sharing with someone. But if you absolutely stuck and you need help or advice or something, choose wisely who you share with. People will intentionally and unintentionally fire arrows at you when you crack the door open. Friendly fire can happen. There's no worse feeling when a person you look to for help or wisdom ends up wounding you. You may have direct experience with this and you know it's real. And you will find like the universe is like a giant obstacle course trying to get you to fail. Achieving progress is difficult. You'll struggle at times, and it's tempting to seek out validation and support, or worse, sympathy. But remember, your journey is your own private adventure, and there's no need to broadcast it. The whole celebrate my success thing might fly in grade school or at work, but in real life, it's a progress killer. Keep your head down and keep grinding. But you do want to set up little rewards for yourself for making progress that you can enjoy. You ate healthy all week, give yourself a cheap A, that kind of thing. But don't sabotage yourself by seeking outside recognition. And to go along with that, battle wounds need to be kept under wraps. You gotta hide your tears. You don't need to vent to others. Drive out to the middle of nowhere and scream if you have to. Yell into a pillow. Nature's your friend. It can help calm your mind and give you strength. Use it to reset often and stay focused. Exercise is a secret weapon. Push-ups, weights, running, even a 30-minute walk can be a total game changer. Make it a daily habit, and eating healthy food can have a huge impact. Some of these things could be a whole video in itself. You will figure out things that will help you as you go. It's addicting. And when you get quiet in your life and you get to work without looking for recognition or support, when you kill off caring about what other people think of you or getting people to like you, and you reprogram your thoughts to positive, when you remove barriers like phone addiction, when you get tough and think like a warrior, guarding your mind, working hard and making quiet progress, grinding, writing things down, when pain and suffering won't stop you, when you have developed positive daily habits, your foundation is ready to build on. And if you've been doing the legwork, you've probably got some ideas swirling around about what you want to do. Get specific here, and again, write down everything. Broken record, I know. I want a fulfilling job where I can make an impact. Maybe you want to get an education. Maybe you want to build a business or travel a bunch. Find a place to live. Maybe you want to shed some pounds and get in the best shape of your life. Maybe you want to invent something. Help people, save the world, or become a scratch golfer. Whatever it is, be as specific as you can. Write it down and become obsessed with it. It's important to have a big goal, but always break it down into small steps. Make the first steps easy to accomplish and take action. You want to get into amazing shape? Don't wait until you build a garage gym. Get going right now. Commit to doing 300 push-ups a day. Taking action is the key. And the beautiful thing is that you'll be successful as long as you don't quit. Old habits and poor thoughts will try to get back in your life. We may do hit the reset button and get back on track. And that's the beauty. You've created a process that you can rely on whenever needed. Keep writing things down. It's a constant battle. But you will find that you gain momentum as you achieve things and you get addicted to your new way of life. It's freedom. And that's it. You can achieve great things. It starts with your mind. Start there. Take action. Make the decision. Until next time, thanks for watching.